Malawi is I guess it's pretty interesting with the cultures. I guess a lot of Western cultures kind of working its way into the society and stuff there. But especially when you get out into the villages, it becomes a lot different, you know, where you have to be careful in some extent what you do. Especially with like elders and the people that are older out there, they expect you to show them a lot of respect, and I guess that goes with everybody you meet as well. You show them respect. I know a lot of the times, especially when somebody gives you something, they kind of like clap their hands together and thank you as they're kind of nodding, you know, before they accept it, and that just kind of shows like an appreciation for it. I guess is with especially with getting the people to listen to you. Like they listen a lot better and they respect you if you at least try to speak their language or try to pick up some and at least learn greetings in their own personal language, whatever the language is in the area. We found that though they know English, they don't always respect English as much, but they have no problem speaking it with you if you attempt to use theirs. They like you to use their native language if you can as much as possible. But yeah, just learning simple greetings makes a big difference with them being receptive to what you have to share and just listening to you. As far as food, it's not considered very polite to reject food. Most of the times they'll try to share something with you. But at the same time, they're very understanding. Like if you tell them you're full or something, we used to always tell them, you know, like takuta, meaning I'm full, you know, all the time, and they'd understand that, you know, as you're going, and don't take it offensive. If you just reject food, they don't like that very much, and even though they don't have any, they'll always offer you food, and especially if they're cooking or something at the time. Which is a great way to be there and be talking to them and teaching them as well. A lot of foods, though, they'll often tell you at different times. They told us not to eat the food in the areas and stuff because of missionaries getting sick. And so, yeah, you just kind of have to fill out how the best way is with them to show them or whatever to not to decline the food, to taking the food and stuff. And normally it was we'd tell them we were full, you know, or something like that. We just ate and we're stuffed, you know, and that seemed to work the best. Yeah, other than that, I guess a lot of the times when you go to villages, whoever the village leader, the chief is, likes to meet you, you know, as you come in and stuff. I guess probably by now a lot of those areas have met a lot of the missionaries, and so it's not too big of an issue with them coming back and forth. But I know they at least like to know who we are, kind of thing, and a lot of the times we had to meet with a bunch of the pastors and stuff in the different areas, which was always interesting because they want to have them kind of like as an accepted like religious leader. They kind of want to know what you're teaching and kind of stuff like that, and they don't always like you after a while, you know, but it doesn't become too much of an issue. Yeah, I guess other than that, it's really pretty, you know, basic mannerisms. I mean, you eat with your hands, so you don't have to worry about table etiquette or anything like that, you know. But yeah, it's pretty just basic what you would expect to be polite or to be accepting here is especially good there. They have very touchy feelings, you know. They like knowing that you care. You can expect them to hold your hand very much. That was a really weird thing to get used to, having a guy come up and hold your hand, you know, while he's standing next to you, and that was always like a gesture of friendship, you know, and stuff there. And if you deny them your hand or at least something like that, then they don't take that very kindly either. At least hold it for a little while and find some excuse to use your hand for something else, you know, if you're not comfortable with it. But yeah, past that, it's pretty simple as far as culture and stuff goes. You'll adapt real quickly to just the way people are, and they're all very kind and very helpful people. They'll give you anything, and so you just kind of show the same in return, and you'll be accepted, you know, there. And if you're not kind or things like that, you'll be rejected very quickly from them. You know, the people won't like listening to you or having anything to do with you, and yeah, and so it's basics of it there. So.